welcome to Chris Parking Shooting Sports. We've got another first impressions video today because this is an ATA Turqua rifle. Now I've been waiting for one of these for a little while, but we've got one here. I'm going to be scoping this up, shooting it, and as far as I'm led to believe, this is a 6.5 Creedmoor, which is, you know, calibre of the day, of course. Probably mentioned it too many times, but it's the kind of ballpark we test everything in now that we used to do 308s or 223s. Now it's all Creedmoors. I'm going to try and take it out of here carefully, but it's probably not going to happen, which is the usual joy of my life. But you know, it's Christmas, isn't it? Christmas every day. Get that out of there. And here we are. Right, so what does it say on the box? It says ATA Turqua 6.5 Creedmoor caliber bolt action rifle, thumbhole walnut stock, 24-inch barrel length, muzzle thread 15x1, 3-round magazine capacity, 1 add 5 spare magazine, something that's not quite clear. We shall see what it is when it's in the box or out the box. So we've got a bolt action user manual, we've got an ATA baseball cap. Let's put these just down under here. Here is one magazine, here is a bolt, here is a recoil pad spacer, and then here is the rifle itself. Let's pop that out. What it means is there's 2 magazines with it. Right, let me just pop these out of the way. I'm going to put the magazine there, the bolt there, recoil pad spacer there. Right then. Well, that looks rather pleasant, doesn't it? Rather pleasant indeed. Let's start. We don't really need the recoil pad spacer, we can look at that eventually, but that's got, looks like that'll screw off there. You can put the spacer in there, leave that to one side. Number one thing, we've got the bolt. Now this looks like it is a 3-lug bolt, so we're going to get a 60-degree lift off that. It's a push feed bolt face. We've got a plunger ejector there, extractor claw on the right there. Pop this in, see if that's got any little quirks to how it goes in. Now push the release catch down there, so we've got a big firing pin on the back, and then the safety catch is on the side there. So check that's clear, give it a safe dry fire. Well, it's a 2-stage trigger, give that a little tweak. That's quite crisp and reasonably light actually, that seems alright to start with. So the safety catch, I'm presuming in that position, will allow me to operate the bolt, but it's on safe, and it is. And if I put it all the way back, the bolt handle is locked. So that is everything we need from the safety catch, and that trigger is, that's alright, I'm quite pleased with that. Right, so looking from start to back, we've got 24-inch barrels, blued barrel this one, looks about a 17mm diameter, it's got a 15x1 thread for a moderator or brake. As you know me, that'll be getting a moderator on it straight away. The barrel would appear to be free floating in there. There's not a huge amount of space around it, but I think that's going to work alright. We've got underside stud for a sling, checkering on the sides, because a walnut stock is not, you know, we used to take them for granted, now they're a little bit different, aren't they? But of course, being a Turkish rifle, plenty of walnut in Turkey, they sell it to everybody, because all the shotgun walnuts from there and all sorts, but that's great. It's got a big Monte Carlo kind of rollover cheek piece there, so we'll get going with that. But moving from front to back, that is the 3-round magazine, and they also supply a 5-rounder with it. So those are single column magazines, plop that in there. But I think the 3 is particularly good for hunting, and then of course you've got that in your pocket if you need more. We can do it the other way around. Action screws at the front and rear there, looks like there's a trigger adjuster there. We'll cover that in the full review, and it's got a sub MOA badge here, which one will presume is it's a 3-year warranty, and that sub MOA, I'm going to assume that's for a 3-round group. So we shall be testing that as usual. As you know, I like to shoot a few different types of ammunition through them, and I've got a good range of Creedmoor ammo from Hornady. Thank you to Hornady. Nice checkering there. There's quite, there's a bit of a, yeah, there's a right hand palm swell on that grip, and the checkering, as we say, ATA logo on the underside. It's nicely finished stock actually. It's been done with this. It's not oiled. It's not like a, yeah, it's like a matte finish on that, but it's got a nice feel to it. And it's been done very smoothly. It's very well finished. There's no kind of porosity evident from it, so it's been sealed well, I think. quite happy with that. And then of course we've got a Picatinny rail on the top for scope mounting, which is going to make it very easy to use and live with. So shall we take some dimensions off this to see what it's like before I put everything on it? And I'm going to take the little label off there as well, because otherwise it'll get torn off at some point. So just give me 1 second to grab some relevant tools. Boom, boom, boom. So back in the room, what shall I do first? Right, let's do the overall weight first. Switch the scales on, and yes, I did remember to replace the battery because I did this the other day and it was dead. We're in grams to start with. 3,761 grams, which is £8, 4.7 ounces. Let's pop those out of the way. The barrel, I've not got my verniers with me, but the barrel is 17mm, I'm fairly sure of that. The barrel length is 24 inches because it says in the manual, and yes, to the gas escape port there, 24 inches, 610mm. Overall length is 45 inches, 1145mm. But critical me, what's the length of pull like? Oh, good, length of pull, and there's one spacer already in there. Length of pull is a generous 14.5 inches, which is 370mm. Now, let's face it, lots of rifles come really, really short, but at the end of the day, if you really want to, if it's a bit long, you can always cut it down, can't you? So that is going to give me two options there. I can either go longer or shorter. It comes with the Allen key there to take that off as well, so I'll check out the instruction manual to see what it says about doing that. Again, 2 magazines, and I think we'll get 3 in that plus 1 in the chamber, and then we've got a 5 plus 1 there, so I'm happy with that. But the other thing we want to try out, first port of call, is the trigger, which I've already said is a 2-stage trigger. So let this warm up a little bit. Do it in grams first. 934 grams. Shall we give it another go? Let's recock it. £186 grams. Well, I'm quite pleased with the consistency on that. And that is £2, 2.8 ounces, which off the top of my head makes that 34.8 ounces. I don't know if my mental arithmetic good or not today. I could have done with a bit more sleep last night. But there we go. Right, so what are we going to be doing this? Well, Picatinny rings, not a problem. Bipod on the front, not a problem. Moderator, not a problem. I've got all of those. And I'm going to get out shooting this because I quite like the look of this. I think that's a lot going for it. I will find out the prices for the full review when I do the full review. But for now, let me just, for now, I'm thinking that that's actually quite a, there's nothing jumping out at me so far, so that looks a bit questionable, that looks a bit questionable. But when I do the full review, I'm going to be taking it out the stock. I've got Allen key there, looks 5mm there, 5mm there. We'll have a little look and see what we can do with the trigger, see what the instruction manual says. But most importantly, let's see how well it shoots on target. So I've got a selection of element scopes. I'll put an element scope on top, and there we go. Right. I hope you like these little first impressions video, because you see it pretty much as soon as I see it. Okay, I've seen them at shows, but it's not the same as getting the measuring tape out and clicking around the bolt and taking bits out, this, that and the other, seeing what comes with them, the magazines, etc. So the full review will be with you in probably a couple of weeks. So in the meantime, please like, subscribe, comment, because your comments drive what I do. And don't forget, click the notification bell, because that way when the full review goes live, you'll be the first to know about it. But in the meantime, thank you for watching. Bye for now.